So if our JavaScript is going to be separated out from the bulk of the actual content of the page, we need a way to connect the JavaScript with the particular elements and the parts of the page itself. So let's find out how we do that. I'm going to get rid of my button and put in a p tag, and I'm going to put some text inside that p tag. So what I want to do very simply here is use JavaScript to get the content of that paragraph, so to get the text within that paragraph. And to do that, I need to give the paragraph a name. We use classes and IDs, exactly the same as with CSS in JavaScript. Now we focus on IDs because normally in JavaScript you want to do something with a particular element. So IDs are ideal because as we learned in chapter 2, they only refer to a single element on the page. You can't have more than one element with the same ID. So we'll just call it text for now. There we go. So that's our ID. So we could use that to style it as well, but we're going to use it to refer to it in our JavaScript script. Okay, here we go. So we use we start with the word document. Now, document refers in JavaScript to the whole web page itself. So the whole content of this document that we're looking at. And then within that document, we want to look at this particular element. So we use the dot to refer to a sub-element within the document. And we're going to get this element by its ID. So we use the command get element by ID. Notice the capitalization there. That's really important. We always start JavaScript functions with a small letter, and then the beginning of each word is capitalized after that. So get element by ID. And you'll notice that makes it reasonably easy to read compared to doing everything lowercase or doing everything uppercase or something like that. So that's how we refer to a function within JavaScript. So get element by ID, and then we want to give the function the actual ID of our paragraph, which is text there. So now we've got the element. We now want to do something with that element. So what we'll do is get the inner HTML of that element. So what that does is it goes to the document, the whole page here, and then it gets the element by its ID. So it gets the element with an ID of text, and it gets the inner HTML, so the actual content of that paragraph tag in this case. Now what are we going to do with that? For now, let's just alert it. There we go. So what this should do is create an alert box with the content of the element with the ID of text. Let's just save that, give it a try. There it is, fantastic. So what we've done there is reasonably good. We've got the content of this ID tag, and we have alerted it. So we've now been able to refer to an element on the page in our JavaScript down here. Now we can actually go further than that, and we can change the content of that page. So now what I'm doing, instead of alerting the content of the page, I'm setting the content of that paragraph tag to some more text. So let's save that, see how it goes. Fantastic. So as soon as the page is loaded, the JavaScript is actually changing the content of the page. Now while we're here, we'll just have a quick look at JavaScript comments. JavaScript uses the same language as many other programming languages when it comes to comments. We use a double slash like that. This is a comment, and then everything on that line will then be commented out. So it will be something for future coders or people that want to look at the code of your site to read, or for yourself to keep track of what a particular bit of code is doing, but it won't actually be calculated as code and processed. If you want to do a multi-line comment, you can do a slash and a star, and then a star and a slash, and then anything within those lines will be considered a comment, a multi-line comment. Excellent. And you can see that the Text Wrangler text editor that I'm using here does really nice color coding and then grays out the comments. So you can see just at a glance that this is a comment. It's not going to be calculated. It's not going to be processed.